Hey everybody, it's Shanna. Welcome to your second episode of Grounded by Gratitude. So today I thought I wanted to talk about just how a lot of our stress and our pain and anything chronic, anything that we deal with, all of us, emotionally, physically, whatever it is, how it sometimes we allow it to kind of run the course of our lives, or we allow it to kind of take over. I definitely know that that's happened to me over the last 12 years. I've tried really hard to not allow my pain and whatever I'm going through to kind of run my life, but because of pain and because of different issues you go through, it definitely kind of makes you make certain decisions, and that you have to do to kind of be smart and to survive. So but because of that, it often kind of creates this like false identity. It makes you feel like that this is you, this is all you have, this is your identity, that you are this person that lives in pain, or you're this person with depression or anxiety, or you know whatever emotional situation you're in, or whatever physical pain you experience, or whatever stress you experience in your life. It just doesn't end, and I think that when that happens, we miss out. We miss out on our lives and what's going on in them, and the beauty around them, and the joy, because we're just so preoccupied with this stress or whatever that we're experiencing. So when I had my daughter a year ago, I kind of told myself that I wasn't going to let that happen. And then more things continued to happen that I wasn't expecting. And so it just kind of got harder for me to not allow that to happen. But I've worked really hard to be in the moment with her, and to be present, and to just enjoy all the little things in life that I've been given, because I have a lot, and it can be tough when you're in pain, and that can and the other thing is that the fact that your whole, like, you're on a quest. You're constantly on a quest and looking for the answers, and you're looking for something to help you, and you're looking for treatment. And that's how my husband and I have been for 12 years. If it's my neck pain, my feet pain, allergy stuff, food sensitivities, you name it. Now my ear issues, my issues I had after my delivery, why I was still having so much pain after my surgery, just whatever it was, how do I fix it was my goal. How do I get through this? How do I treat it? So that just becomes like your life. You're just constantly on this quest to make yourself better. And when is it going to happen? When are you going to get better? So one thing that I've done, and meditating has been very beneficial to me over the last few months. And if you're somebody that has kind of said, like, oh, I've always kind of thought about meditating, but it's too hard, and whenever I sit down, all these thoughts come to my head, and my brain doesn't shut up, and I can't quiet it down. And well, that's how everybody's is. That's the skill in meditation, is that it's not easy. It takes a lot of work. But if you continue doing it, and you do it, every day, even if it's for a couple minutes every day, you take a step back from what you're doing, you take some deep breaths, and you just be in the moment, and you just, try to keep coming back to that breath and don't focus on the million thoughts that you have about your past, about your future. Those are just thoughts. Those are just thoughts. They're not real. They're not real. One of the things I remember them telling us in my class that I took was that 75% of thoughts are not real. So we have all these things going through our brain, and we live our life based on some of those, or we have panic attacks or anxiety or depression or actual physical pain because of what these thoughts are telling us, and they're not true. They're not real. They're just thoughts. It's not our reality, and sometimes we make it our reality. So that's helped me kind of understand when I have these crazy, irrational thoughts going through my brain that sometimes I can't control because there's so much fear around having this pain and this new issue with my ears. I keep having to tell myself it's a story that my mind is making up. That is, there's no reality to it. Yes, there could be some obviously there's some reality to it. I shouldn't say no reality to it. But for the most part, it's just creating more issues for us. So what I've really found helpful is just being more in the moment and appreciating the little things. So I was just thinking about the things that I try to be mindful with. So if I'm with my daughter, obviously that's kind of a big one. I'm really very present with her, and I focus on her, and I'm, just in love with the moment that I'm in, regardless of the pain that I'm in. If I'm eating a good meal, if I, make dinner, or my husband makes dinner, and even if it's like not anything real special, the fact that I'm able to eat and I'm able to enjoy it, I eat mindfully, I eat slow. I try to, not always, not when you're feeding a 1-year-old. It's hard to eat slow. But when you're talking to a friend, or you're visiting family, or you're just listening to music, all these things are really just, they bring out joy in you. So what I was thinking about was the fact that oh boy. Logan, Nova, stop it. I think my door opened, so they heard the alarm. Hey. So, anyways, where was I? So, I guess what I'm trying to say is when we experience something really shitty and we're in a dark place, I like the idea of sometimes that darkness we need that darkness to find our light, and trusting in the darkness and getting to the other side of the darkness and finding the light and able to see the light. That's our purpose. And when we're in a really, really shitty, tough place, that's dark. And if we are able to have some sort of way of realizing that this is all here for a reason, and we need to trust our intuition, and we need to trust our feelings that we can come out of this and that it's going to be okay, and find purpose in it, find purpose in this darkness. And so for me, this is my purpose, me doing these videos, it gives me something that I can be excited about, or I can, feel good about. And in the process, I'm looking into things, I'm reading more, I'm doing things that I've always loved doing, but now I have like this accountability. So my question, I guess, for you is, what is your purpose? Many of you have been in these dark places and are there right now. or are in dark, like, I can't even imagine the darkness that some people experience. And what is your purpose for all this? So what are you going to do? Is there things that you've always wanted to do that you keep holding back because of your pain, because of your stress, because of a financial obligation, because of working too much, because you don't have, time, whatever it is, you can do it. You can make something happen. You can change. You have the choice to do something about it. And that's the purpose of this, all of this, everything that you're experiencing right now. If it's writing that book that you've been wanting to write. I recently heard somebody talking about how they've been wanting to write a book for 15 years and they're finally going to do it. And I was so happy for them, and they're finally doing it. And, if it's picking up an instrument, if it's painting, if it's something more simple like picking up the phone and calling a friend and not just texting them, actually having a conversation with your best friend or your mother or your father, and, having that connection with people. Because I know for myself, illness and pain can be very isolating. And, just having a phone call can, if talking to a friend can just change everything for me. So I guess I just want to leave you with knowing that you have a choice to make your situation even just a little bit better. Do something that makes you feel really, really good inside. And take a couple minutes a day, 2 minutes here and there, 10 minutes at night, to just be by yourself. Take some deep breaths. Keep just breathing and focus on your breath. Don't think about a million other things. Yes, those thoughts are going to come. They're going to come. Constantly keep coming back to your breath. I think that you'll just feel like more of a calming about yourself, more of a peace. And I think that, I don't know, it's helped me. That's all. I just know it's helped me. I don't know what it will do for you, but I just feel like it's really done a lot of good for me. So I just want to share that. And find your purpose and find your joy and find something about yourself that is missing, that you miss doing, that you used to do, that you don't have time to do anymore, that you miss, and do it. And it will bring more purpose, or it will just you'll feel more fulfilled in your life, and you won't be focusing on all the other stuff and all the crummy stuff in your life, because we all have something good, and that's what we need, what I want to try to focus on more, and that's what I'm trying to do. So one of the quotes I love is John Kabat-Zinn. He's the founder of the meditation, mindfulness, stress reduction class that I took. So he says, as long as you have your breath, there's more right with you than wrong. And I love that. We all, hopefully we have our breath, and as long as we do, we're in good shape. We're good. So tomorrow morning when you wake up, try to have that be the first thing you think of, is being grateful that you're breathing. And from there, live your life, live your day, be present, take a break, and just, try to find something good, try to find some joy. And I think, you'll find that you feel a little bit more whole. So I appreciate everybody's feedback from my first video, all the love and support. I had people actually reach out to me personally, and it made me feel so good. You have no idea how that, and people shared their stories with me and told me that they didn't feel alone, and it was awesome. So I just really appreciate that, and you have no idea. It's giving me purpose. This is giving me purpose, so I love it. So, anyways, until next time, I hope you all have a beautiful day. Night. I think it's nighttime. Bye-bye.